$2,600 gold, silver over $31 an ounce. Man, the metals have definitely been moving, and I would love to know how that is reflecting in the market. Are customers excited to buy with numbers going up? Are they worried about it? So today we're going to be joined by Keith from the Coin Crew. He is a coin dealer in Muskegon, Michigan, and we're going to talk about the current market of gold and silver and what we can expect in the next few weeks if numbers continue to rise. Keith, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Seeker.
Real quick, do me a favor and don't forget to go below and like and subscribe and help the channel continue to grow.
So I went down to the water and found my fate, because I don't want to be stuck in the good old days. That's when you say, I swear you ain't seen nothing.
Check out the brand new Cross and Flag gold bars at my channel sponsor sdbullion.com. Get yours today. So Keith, I want to get right into it. I mean, gold price hit $2,600 an ounce today. Silver is over $31 once again. Now gold, that's an all-time high, right? Gold's never been $2,600 before.
No, it hasn't.
Exactly. But silver is nowhere close to its all-time high. So first, before we get into this current market, why is silver lagging so far behind gold? Why can't silver seem to, get an all-time high like gold has right now?
It seems like the buyers, at least in the physical market, my store, they're just not there for silver like they are for gold.
Now, is it because the numbers are so high as it is?
I think it's people have more of an allure to gold. It's in jewelry and everything else. And people feel like, well, silver keeps going up. I want it for last week's prices. But you can't do that because you have to pay to replace it.
Right. So what do you mean? So like people that are coming in, they want to buy it for what it was like last week when it was under 30? Or, I mean, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're trying to get it. I've had, as a matter of fact, yesterday, someone came in and said, oh, silver was $30 yesterday. What can I get it for? And I looked at them and I'm like, well, $1.50 over spot. And they said, oh, I want to buy it for yesterday's prices. And you just can't do that. You have to pay to replace it. And some people just don't understand that.
So basically what you're saying is they're expecting you to sell it to them for based on what you paid for it. But, in your seat, you have to replace it when you sell it. So you can't sell it on yesterday's prices because you can't replace it on yesterday's prices. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. A lot of the gold buyers, they understand the replacement factor. But the silver buyers, there's so many new people in there. All they understand is you paid this, you should sell it for this. They don't understand that you want to keep the amount of silver level that you have, so you cannot sell it for what you paid. You have to sell it depending on what it costs you to replace.
Right, exactly. And here's another question. So you said $1.50 over spot. Silver is sitting at $31 an ounce, over $31 an ounce right now. So that is actually less than 5%. I mean, that's a pretty reasonable premium. Don't you agree?
And that's really a funny thing. A lot of people think because I'm a coin dealer or because another dealer is a coin dealer, that they're making a boatload of money. In all reality, we make pennies on the dollar. Basically, if I was to sell an ounce of gold on a credit card and I paid to feed myself without charging it to the customer, I would be paying the credit card company $50, maybe $75 just to give my gold away. I would lose money.
So what you're saying is like on a 1 ounce gold coin, you don't make the $75 credit card fee. So if you don't charge that, you're losing.
That's correct.
Okay, so back to the original question. I talked about silver price. Why is silver price lagging behind gold? And the reason I'm asking that question again, Keith, is because as you know, as a coin dealer, I mean, the spot price for silver isn't really affected by physical sales. So on the COMEX, why do you think, and I know that, you don't have a fly on the wall, but my point is why is silver lagging so far behind on a all-time high basis, whereas gold continues to hit these all-time highs, again, hitting over $2,600 today?
I'll tell you what, let me check my crystal ball. Seriously, it's more of a demand thing. The silver, people have seen it go up, people have seen it go down, and they're just not feeling it right now.
I mean, that's fair. I guess, see, I'm actually feeling it. Like, I understand, like, I'm not in some sort of la la land world where I'm like, oh, this is the bottom and silver could never go down. I'm not stupid. I understand that silver can absolutely go back down even into the low 20s. But something for me, this just feels different. Like obviously it's just a feeling. I don't have a crystal ball like you just said, but this time it just feels different to me. Like I'm not scared to buy silver in the 30s like I was last time. am I crazy?
No, I don't think you're crazy. I think the situation we're facing is you still got some of them, as they're called it, old timers, still offloading their silver slowly. And you got the newcomers just kind of itching to get in, but they're like, oh, it's been up to 50 a few different times. It's nowhere near there. It's not worth anything. It's like those guys have made these videos. You want a 10-ounce silver bar or you want a candy bar? Almost everybody takes the candy bar. Well, my mama told me don't take candy from strangers. I think that's kind of the feeling we're getting with silver.
Fair enough. And we've actually talked about these Mark S videos that you just referenced in previous videos, but keep in mind that I'm sure that there was some editing there. I'm sure there had to have been people that took the silver bar and he just didn't show that part because the idea was to show how many people are stupid enough to take the chocolate bar. But still, the fact that there's even that many people out there that just don't know. I remember there was one he did where he walked around with a 100-ounce silver bar and he told somebody if they could guess the price within like 20% up or down, that he would they would just have the bar, and he didn't give it away that day. A lot of people had no idea what it was worth. You remember that?
I didn't actually see that video, but it does make you wonder, did he actually give one away? Did someone guess it and he just not filmed that part?
I just wonder, so I wonder if there was like some sort of like caveat or out that he had just in case, or maybe he really was prepared to give it away. I just don't know.
I don't know. If I did a video like that and someone guessed it, I would more than happily give it away right there on the film and show people. And I would call it something like, I gave away a 100-ounce bar for free.
I just don't think I'd do that video. I might do it with a 10-ounce bar because I wouldn't cry myself to sleep at night if I lost a 10-ounce bar, but I'd cry myself to sleep if I gave away a 100-ounce bar.
My point is, if I would have given one away, I would have shown it on the video because I think that would have, inspired people to start collecting. We need new things to inspire people to collect, new avenues, new introductions into the silver market.
I think, for me, I think getting people into silver, it's really just about making them realize how poorly the dollar is performing. And while, yes, it's great to see gas prices go down, people are still struggling. The prices that I see at the grocery stores definitely aren't going down for the most part. Maybe eggs have lowered a little bit. But for the most part, you go to the grocery store today, I mean, $200 in groceries, before the pandemic would have filled up the entire back of an SUV. Today, it's like a few bags that you can throw in the back seat. You know what I mean? That's how it looks to me. My wife went to Costco the other day and, she brought home, a few, obviously it's Costco, so they're all, the excessively large portions. But she just brought home a few things and I'm thinking, all right, maybe she spent $200. No, it was $420. My chin about hit the floor. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it's crazy how expensive things are. And so I think once people realize that and they realize that their dollar is just continuing to lose money, I think that is the biggest thing to get people, maybe not even into just silver and gold, but just out of the US dollar. I mean, that's how I look at it anyway.
A lot of people don't realize how expensive food is. If you just curb the way you shop, maybe you'll have a little bit of money left to invest in silver or gold. I know gold is not obtainable for a lot of people because the price is, $2,600, over $2,600 an ounce. But, what does it hurt? I mean, seriously, if you just stop by your local shop, coin shop, if it's on the way home, to buy $2 or $3 or $5 worth of silver dimes or something, at the end of the year, you're going to be happy you did.
Yeah, I agree. I do want to get on to gold, though. I mean, this current market with $2,600 gold, since you kind of brought it up. I mean, a 10th ounce gold eagle today, once you add premium, what's premium on a 10th ounce eagle? 15%?
Yeah, the wholesale, you're looking like 20 to 22% retail.
Oh,
I don't know if that's crazy. What everybody else is charging.
Let's just say 20%. That is $52 if spot's 2,600, or that would be 260 plus $52. So that would put you at $312 just for one 1/10 ounce gold eagle. That's starting to become unaffordable for people. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think it is. I noticed a lot of people, they've been asking for the past week or two, you have any 1 gram bars? You got any 1 gram items? People are stepping down into the grams because 10th ounces are even becoming unaffordable. But there's a way around it. If you don't have enough money for gold and you want a 10th ounce or more of gold, maybe do a little bit of trading. Trade up a little bit of your silver to acquire some gold. because I think everybody should have a mix of gold and silver. I do my stack different than a lot of people. Some people go a 50 to 1 or 100 to 1 silver to gold ratio. I just go an equal value ratio. If I've got $10,000 in gold, I've got $10,000 in silver. That's just the way I've always done it.
Gotcha. So you're basically 50-50 value, not 50-50 weight.
Yes, I don't go by weight because the gold to silver ratio or silver to gold ratio, however you want to say it, is really fickle. I've seen it as low as 16 to 1, and I've seen it as high as 128 ounces of silver to 1. So if you do that, you're going to be constantly monitoring your stack, and it's going to drive you nuts.
For sure. So, I've said at the beginning of this video that we talk about what's going to happen from here. And this isn't a prediction of spot price because we don't do that here. But let's say that the numbers keep going up, the next few weeks. What's going to happen? Like you already said, people are getting skittish about buying silver. Gold's becoming unaffordable. So is it going to be a point where those premiums finally start to come down? Because otherwise people just aren't going to be buying it at all if they're already skittish at these numbers, assuming that they keep going up. What are your thoughts there?
I really honestly don't think premiums are coming down, because you got to stop and look at the profit. Like we had just said earlier on an ounce of gold, I don't make enough money to even pay a credit card processing fee. So how much lower can it go? People think $7,500, that's a lot of money. Is it really? Think about one of these big chain stores like Walmart or something, not to throw their name out there. They pay $100 for something, they're selling it for $150 or more. If we pay $100 for something, we're lucky. I mean, really lucky if we can sell it for 110. So I don't see premiums coming down because the profit is not there the higher these metals go. Percentage wise, yes, it'll come down. Dollar wise, no, it'll continue to go spread further away from the spot prices.
Okay, fair enough. And I just want to get a clarification from you. You said when you spend $100 on something. Now, you specifically mean precious metals because I know that
Yes.
the margins in collectible coins are higher, right?
Yes, the margins on collectible coins are higher, but the reason why they're higher is easeability of resale. I may buy a collectible coin and I could hold it for a minute, or I could hold it for 10 years. You don't know when you're going to sell that unless you already have a buyer lined up. So therefore, the margins need to be higher. But with bullion, you buy it, you sell it, it's really quick.
Yeah, it's not hard to find a buyer. I mean, even if you had to go to a wholesaler, though. But our whole discussion is, like you had said, people are already starting to get skittish. So what happens? Let's say gold hits $40 an ounce or $50 an ounce. Let's say silver, or I'm sorry,
You mean silver.
I totally messed it up. Let's say silver hits $40 an ounce or $50 an ounce. Let's say gold hits $3,000 per ounce. Are people going to continue to buy? I mean, what are your customers saying? Is there a point where they're just going to wait and you're going to see demand completely dry up?
I think the customer will continue to buy. What you'll see is a shift in your customer base. People with more money than others will sit there and say, what am I doing? I'm missing out on this. And they will start coming into the market. And the people who are more limited on funds will start easing back of the market and saying, it's pretty high right now, I've got enough. And I think we're at a transition right now. And that could be why some people may be feeling skittish, so to speak, is because we're at that transition stage. And you mentioned $3,000 an ounce. It ain't going to be long before it gets there. It will go well past 3,000 an ounce. Not saying exactly where it's going to go because I'm not a financial analysis, but I think it's going to hit well above that.
Fair enough. Okay. All right, Keith. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here over the next, few weeks, next couple of months, even. And what I'd like to do, if gold and silver maintains $2,600 and 31 and up, especially if silver really hits like 35, like if we see silver hit 35 and stride upwards, I'd really like to hear from you again, maybe on what's actually happening with your customers. Like, do me a favor and just kind of track what your sales look like now and what they may look like then, because I would love to know if less people are buying, if more people are selling. And, it'd be interesting to see what really happens here, because I do think that, especially with gold, it's starting to become unaffordable for people. I mean, if you look at a 1 gram gold bar, you look on eBay for 1 gram gold bars, they're $95. $95 for a gram of gold. That's almost $100 bill for something that's smaller than a fingernail. You know what I mean?
And you won't find them for that 95 all the time. A lot of people are over 100 because you got to stop and look at melt. What is it, around $82?
Something like that, yeah.
Wholesaler wants 12 bucks over. Now, what about me?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the thing you're looking at.
Yep, for sure. All right, well, I think we'll call it there, but we are going to have you back in a few weeks for sure, especially if the numbers continue to go up. So guys, do me a favor, make sure you check out Keith's channel. That's the Coin Crew. I'm going to put the link for it down below. He also has a coin shop in Muskegon, Michigan called the Coin Zone. Keith, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. And for future reference, I'll be back in a couple of weeks because silver and gold will continue to go up.
Ooh, that's a prediction I would love to call you out on if you're wrong. We'll see.
Please call me out. I kind of hope I'm wrong because I would like to buy some more.
Fair enough. All right, guys, have a great day and we'll see you next time.